What are you passionate about? Are you happy? Are you really happy? Do you trust your own instinct? What is your perception of God? Are you the best version of yourself? This is Conversations We Never Had, hosted by Wendy. What is the very essence of Bongeziwe?
Hard question to answer, but I would say maybe kindness. Like I come from a very like my mother was very kind to me growing up with my brothers. So like, and we were always like taught at home to be kind to other people, and I think that's always just like somehow like the essence of who I am. I enjoy like being around people that are warm and kind and loving, and I love giving that to other people as well.
No, definitely. I mean, I've received a lot of love from you, a lot of kindness. For people of your caliber, you are. When you say love, I think it describes exactly who you are. So love, kindness is
the
head
essence,
to the point. Yeah. And what does your name mean, Bongeziwe?
Bongeziwe. If I'm correct in Sesotho, it's Koketo.
Okay.
So there's more. So it's not the most poetic name.
Okay.
I don't know why my mother decided to go for such like my brother, they have these beautiful names like Usango and Kululeko, which means freedom. And I'm like Bongeziwe. But there's more. But my other name is Sipho Samgele. Yeah, which means gift accepted. Yeah, I wish I would go by those beautiful names, but I'd go as Bongeziwe.
What are you curious about?
I'm curious about how we can make lives better for ourselves and for other people, and how can we better. I always look at phones and computers, and I think, people have advanced so much, but they still can't solve like issues like how do we get along, how do we encourage each other, how do we make sure everyone has a space. I think those are very important subjects, especially in a South African society where people are always meant to feel like less than other people. Like I think that's what I'm curious about, is like, how do we make everybody feel like they have a place and they belong and they're important and they find their talent and they do what they call.
What does spirituality mean to you?
There's something very godly in us, and like a lot of my life before, I'm like, oh God, I really want this to happen. I need, like, can you please help me get a car? Now I understand, like, I can just get a car myself. Instead of like, there's like so much power within ourselves, and we think we can't do things, but we have so much control about what happens to us tomorrow and how we feel. And also we are able to fix things ourselves, and also we know ourselves so well. Like what can bring you happiness, and what you really need is sometimes like really inside yourself.
Of you.
So I'm at that place where I'm more responsible for
your happiness. What is your perception of God? Who is God to you?
I think God is like that part of myself that is confident and that is loving, that is, the other side of me, that's the lighter side of me. That's what I think. I think it's like the hope inside,
What is your relationship with God? So in your case, it would be, what is your relationship with yourself?
I'm working and I'm growing, and like, I can never say, I'm like at a place where I'm so fulfilled. Like, I think I'm just, my relationship with myself is like understanding myself and, and allowing people to also like, like see me.
Are you afraid of dying?
I am. I really am. I really, like, I don't want to die. Like, and I hope when I die, like, I go to bed. And I just don't wake up. I don't want.
You don't want a painful experience.
Or just be aware. I just to know I'm dying or I'm about to die, and I don't want there to be blood. I just want to go to bed and just not wake up. Yeah, I'm very scared of dying. Yeah.
What do you think is the process of dying, though? What do you think happens?
I haven't seen, I've got a very little experience of dying, and maybe that's why it's a shocker.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it just doesn't go black, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like.
Are you afraid of that? The fact that it might just go black and it's over and it's like done?
No, I think like I'll be blacked out, like I won't.
Yeah.
I won't have it.
But what do you think? Okay, maybe the question should be: what do you think happens to your soul when you die?
To my soul. I wonder. Like I think, like I know. I've heard all the different interpretations. I think. Yeah. But obviously, we know no one.
Yeah.
That has
died before. You know.
Is willing to tell us.
Yeah.
But I do think it's just like
Yeah.
End of the stress, end of the problems.
Yeah. What do you think about amadlozi? What is your understanding?
Yeah, like when I first came to Joburg, like I was saying, I was so on that tip, and and I definitely respect African spirituality, and I understand it. I guess nowadays I don't have one specific form of belief, and I do feel the presence of people maybe that were in my life but they've passed away. But yeah, like I also, like it's crazy being a South African child because like we really grew up in a very Christian way, and my parents were very Christian.
But I know that you're pro-black and you're pro, that's your thing. Yeah. But then what does it mean to you to be pro-black? Because for me, it means to understand everything about being black. And part of being black is unfortunately amadlozi.
Yeah. I think another thing that people don't know about me is that I was raised by my mother. My father was my father sort of left town when he found out my mother was pregnant. So I only met my father when I was like 24, and we still don't have like a very close relationship. Yeah. So a lot of my ancestral backing would mean I would have to sort of confront my dad, and which just really made me step away because my dad I don't know, I didn't wanna force myself into the clan, into the family, into the thing. So I just thought I don't know my grandmother, my grandfather, or everyone from my father's side except my father. So so it made it even more complicated, and that's why for me it just came to a time where I was just really confused on how to really navigate through it. So I took a back step, I guess. Yeah.
If you had an opportunity to write a letter to your dad, thinking of the ups and downs and the fact that she had left your mom when she was pregnant with you, and I think I'm also sharing the same struggle with my own dad. I have my own, what would you include in that letter?
I guess the one thing I would say to my father, you don't have to it doesn't have to be like this. I think a lot of our fathers, they choose this secret life of not really wanting to be in, and it doesn't have to be that way. I think especially my father is a priest, like a reverend. So I think the alternative for him is it's too far back. I just think he doesn't see himself finally telling people I actually,
did this.
Looking
at the caliber.
I had an affair, and I have a child, and but I understand now that those are his problems and those are his issues, and I love him and I'll always love him, and that's the best. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the best you can do.
Yeah.
Do you find it easy to forgive?
If somebody says sorry, yeah, like I'll have a difficult time forgiving you if you don't tell me like that you didn't mean it. Yeah, like if you say sorry to me, yeah, I do like an apology.
Yeah.
I do appreciate an apology.
Yeah.
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 I do.
Yeah. If you had the opportunity to write a book, what would you title the book?
I'd titled one of my album names, like maybe Mangaliso.
Mangaliso.
Yeah, yeah.
What does Mangaliso mean?
It means miracle.
Miracle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or marvel, like something extraordinary like happening.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about, you know, good relationships and good friends like you.
Aww,
I remember when I first
you.
met you, it was just like such a wonderful moment, and yeah, I'm passionate about, you know, I know we talked for a long time in Newtown.
Yeah.
So I'm passionate about like, you know, giving love and receiving love and nurturing those relationships. I'm passionate about art. I love art. Yeah, art in general.
In general.
Yeah.
What is your definition of pain?
This is my forte.
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience with dealing with pain.
Yeah.
Definition, I think, yeah, sometimes your body it tells you I'm not in the right place.
I'm not centered.
Yeah, this is not where I should be. This is not what should be happening to me.
Yeah.
I've experienced like many kind of different pains, and yeah, I don't know how to really define it, but it's
just something you feel.
A feeling, yeah.
It's a feeling.
Like I had a lot of years when I was trying to do this music thing, and it was just not working out. And like I just remember, even like it's winter now, and it reminds me of the bad days.
Yeah.
You want to struggle, but you don't want to struggle in winter. Yo, ulambe futhi, ulambe kakhulu. Like you know, in winter you need like, that's when you need those comforts. You know, like if you've never been like out going through something, walking far away in the cold, like you haven't lived. Like I've just had a lot of experience like that when I was like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my rent. And then maybe I'd get the rent and be like, damn, okay, I paid the rent. What am I gonna eat? Why am I not gonna get a gig? This month I'm gonna get a gig. I know I'm gonna get a gig. And then it'd be month end, it'd be like this following month, I still don't have a gig. I would like sit in my flat, like close the curtains and just like, I don't know, like not even be able to get out of bed. And this didn't happen for like 2 months. This is like, I'm talking like a couple of years, 4 or 5 years. But I'm surprised how like I got through that. And I think that was really painful. Because you know, when you don't have stuff and you can't support yourself, your body changes. You start to walk in like a different way. You start like, you want to tell somebody, shut up, but you think, like you doubt yourself because like everything about you just becomes so much less. And that was my experience, of my painful experience.
Do you think they were necessary, those moments when you were?
Yeah. I mean, I realized I realized that was the worst moment. I didn't grow up from a family that was like very poor. My mother was a lecturer, and I kind of grew up well, and my mom looked after me well. So this was the first time I'd ever experienced that, and it was terrible. But I learned to be humble. I learned to be kind. I learned to respect people. I learned who I was, what I will do, what I won't do. I learned like, even now when people like, you know, say to me, do something, or I won't do this for you. Like I can learn to be like, I can let things go. Like I will never sacrifice things for money, because like in that moment I learned how not to really be defined by money. And how, you know, we all look at each other, some are richer and some, but those things are not really important. That's not really what life is about.
Yeah. I believe that what you think about or what you speak about, you bring about. And the way I improved my relationship with money is through talking about it.
Oh, really?
In a positive way. And we're not taught, like growing up, we're not taught. It's like, Utandi mali, no, this, do this. So, I mean, obviously, we grow up thinking that money is this bad thing and, you know, and all these negative thoughts when it comes to money. But I think in improving not necessarily how you use it, but in bringing it into your life and attracting it more, is talking about it in a positive way and respecting it. Any regrets in life?
Regrets in life? Yeah, definitely. A lot of regrets. Yeah, I think, I don't know, just the way I grew up, it hasn't been always easy to make the right decisions. Which is another thing. When I first met you, like we were talking about it earlier, you know, we were out and like somebody said, are we getting a drink? What are you drinking? And then you were like, no, I'll have a juice. And I was like, oh, you don't drink? And you and your boyfriend Bob. And you're like, no, we don't drink, both of us. We never have. I was like, oh.
But the we never have was the part that was wrong. We have. I mean,
you have.
Yeah, but not like you every day. But I've experienced that life, but it's just not for me.
That was an incredible moment. I was like, wow, because a lot of like people around me are like struggling with alcohol so badly. Like it's just became the culture. Like and. Yeah, so I have regrets like that, like, you know, so many times, like, I was not sober enough to be at my best, or like I was recovering from the night. Like definitely, it hasn't been easy to make really good decisions. But I think one thing I've learned, like as I'm maturing now, like I'm making a whole lot of good decisions lately. And I'm so happy to finally be growing. And
What is the most important thing to you at the moment?
That's what I forgot to say about money, about bringing in money. Is that like I'm a slave. Like I work like crazy because I know how it is to struggle. So like if I'm given a job, you know, I sit for hours and like I've got like a banging work ethic and I spend a lot of hours
working,
doing what I love.
And I think you've answered my last question, which is, what is your priority? Is
that guitar. Playing that guitar.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have done this with you on your first show. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I know it's gonna just grow to something so beautiful because you have that light.
Thank you so much, Bongeziwe. You have no idea. I mean, looking from the first time we've met to where we are right now, I think we are both interested people. I'm interested in you and you're interested in me, and I think that's how we're growing our relationship, and I appreciate you. You're always there for me when I need something. You're always the first one to jump, and I'm really appreciative of that. And just go well with light and stay beautiful, because you're such a beautiful person. Thanks. So you're gonna be blessing us. Right at the end.
Guitar.
Yay!
So I wanna play you my new song. It's still untitled.
Okay.
And it's about relationships.
Okay.
And it's the new. I'm writing a lot about relationships and connections. Like, you know, like we were speaking earlier, when you don't see somebody you love for so many years, or that you loved, and then you see them in town, and then you think.
And then it's like a stranger, like it's such a weird feeling.
It's what I'm gonna write about.
Yay! So I wanna watch. So I'll leave you here on set. Cool.
Let me do it.
Yay!
Down the darkness and the light that we carry, conversations we